Put me in freaking plat already. We are out here freaking grinding. We are gonna get there too. No new missions? Can you guys give out new missions? I would love some new missions. Match history. Let's see. Second, first, third, second, 8th, third, 6th, 7th, 5th, first. I had a rough patch here that I was doing a challenge, but my goodness. Jinx, Mundo. 3-star gangplank, I forgot about that round. I think that was the first one today. Whew, we've been going. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna take a break, grab some food, grab a snacky snack. Joey salads.
Today we're in the streets of New York City with our little brother Omar. And it's mommy makeout day. And if you live in today's society, you probably use social media.
And I wanted to see how easy it would be to get personal information from complete strangers.
Well, today we're gonna put that to the test. Let's find out.
Check it out.
So, Flo, Antonio. Joey Salads, Lance Stewart, Prank Invasion, Roman Atwood, Jack Jones.
Can I have a hand back, please? It was just a joke, mate.
Ock TV, Vitali TV, Big Dos TV, Genesee TV. I'm starting to see somewhat of a trending names here. TV. Kobe Person, Angry Picnic, that was epic. Andrew Hales, Cassidy Campbell, Magic of Rahat. And we're only just getting started. At one point in time, the YouTube prank genre reigned supreme over all other video styles. A legacy so deep that when we think of quintessential 2014 to 2016 YouTube, pranksters often stand out as the most memorable individuals, both for good and bad reasons. But I use the word legacy because, as we all know, pranking on YouTube slowly faded out of the spotlight. Another genre laid to rest in the graveyard of YouTube's history. What made pranking so attractive in the beginning? Was there a specific type of person that was attracted to the idea of being a prankster? How did fake pranks contribute to the fall of the genre? These are the questions that I hope to answer when I began my research, but this was a big topic to handle. I needed to call upon the help of a former YouTube prankster who could give me real insight into how things went down back in the pranking days. Someone with first-hand experience. Someone who witnessed pranking's spectacular fall with their own eyes. I needed to call in the big guns.
What's up, guys? I'm Joey Salads, and today we're going to be doing a social experiment.
I'll say around 2016, I think that's when the bubble started to burst. And had a lot of factors had to deal with it.
A prank is a mischievous trick played on someone, generally causing the victim to experience embarrassment, perplexity, confusion, or discomfort. And while pranks are as old as the concept of jokes themselves, pranks and practical jokes done on video for commercial purposes wouldn't become a popular concept until around 2005, with shows such as Balls of Steel, and individuals like Remy Gaillard. And while these shows were being popularized on public television, YouTube was slowly brewing in the background, ready to give individual creators the ability to share their own pranks at some point in the future. This would begin in around 2007 with individuals like Jack Vale Films, who, from what I can tell, had one of, if not the very first YouTube prank series titled The Pooter Fighting in Public Prank Series. This would then evolve slightly by 2009 into classics like The Greatest Freakout Ever.
Okay, my mom just canceled my brother's World of Warcraft account and he is freaking out.
And Pranks First view videos like Girlfriend Fake Head in Bed Scare Prank. These videos all followed a similar kind of premise. A hidden camera, a somewhat creative practical joke, and a reaction that would give everyone a laugh.
I'm toasting some strudels.
The bar was set
I can go
so
grab those in a
low
second.
that
I toasted twice too, so it's gonna take a minute.
a fart in public,
What have we learned from Joey Salad?
freak out over a video game. In many instances, there
Got
wasn't
a
even
few
a
people
need for
chilling.
any
That's
kind of public
TFT 8 and Kid
embarrassment
Rescue.
besides
Go
the
with him.
audience who would eventually
Thanks for
see the
hanging out,
video.
guys. Appreciate it.
YouTube pranks would continue with this fairly basic structure for a period of approximately 2 years until around 2011, when pranks transitioned from playing jokes on friends and family to playing jokes on the public.
I just want to kiss you.
right now, alright?
I just want to kiss you.
Yeah?
I just want to.
In early 2011, individuals such as Vitaly would begin his
Let's
Disturbing the Peace
try.
series, doing exactly what the title suggests, disturbing the peace.
We're just trying to have some fun.
I got the 5900X coming in today. Gonna get that bitch put in. RAM doesn't come for another like a week, but I got 4 terabytes of hard drive too to save all this freaking recordings I'm doing. I mean, why mess with a good thing? It keeps working, right? And that's already itemized, so we can chill for a minute.
In order to stand out, pranksters began to add a bit more creativity into their practical jokes, seen with Vitaly's DUI ticket inspector prank of February 2012.
I want you to stop and do it 360, and then walk again. 360. Oh, sir.
Sir, you told me to do a 360. I
All right, well, do a good 360 without any.
And Remy Gaylord's Raider prank of January 2012.
I mean, that's just obviously fake, right?
And what do you think this increased creativity did for the genre? Well, it led to an increase in general video quality, and the viewership of the genre as a whole began to climb, taking the genre
What the
into
hell?
the semi-mainstream. Other creators then slowly started to catch on to this climbing viewership and wanted to introduce their own video ideas, as seen with other creators in 2012 such as Magic of Rahat, where he would take his ideas to the local drive-thru. And it wasn't only other YouTubers that were catching on to the rising viewership, as pranking would shortly begin on another newly rising platform where it would see similar levels of success.
Can you tell me how big my butt look in these shorts?
First time an enemy is attacked by a challenger, they're disarmed for 3 seconds.
Represented by
1 and 2 class champions have
however,
won
would later
35.
become the incredibly
Team has an
popular medium
additional.
site
I
known
mean,
I started out on Vine, and one of my biggest things on Vine
I do end
was
up using a few
expansion time.
challengers in this one, right? This could be really good, especially if it hits Samira.
Vine was favorable for beginners in the pranking world because the videos only had to be 7 seconds, there wasn't a whole lot of skill required, and there was a reasonable demand for pranks on the platform. Use barrier. This gave birth to pranksters such as Jack Jones.
Are you serious?
It's not a prank, bro.
Lance Stewart. And of course, our man Joey Salads.
Joey Salads. You bad person,
Who
you.
eventually realized that moving their pranks to YouTube wasn't such a difficult transition considering they already had basic video making
Come
skills.
on
So I had to
now.
move my entire audience over to YouTube. And I'm like,
It's
what's a
not
genre that I
really
can
what we
transition
want,
well?
so we're gonna do
Longer
that.
version
Sell,
of fashion
sell.
time, and I'm like, okay, that's
Hit,
pranks, that's
put
pranks,
you
let's start
in.
with that prank genre.
Upon switching from Vine to YouTube, these
And
pranksters would by default become the competition of
yeah,
who
sadly I
was
can't
talent,
roll
was
right
really
now.
starting to steer the pranking ship into the YouTube
That's okay.
mainstream. Vitaly's
We're
ideas
just
had become
searching for
more
merch.
creative
Searching
and provocative,
for
giving him a
merch.
reputation as a tough guy who was really willing to mess with people in order to create content for his fans.
You're making a scene in here. What are you doing? Get!
My mama told me.
Get out of here!
This would start to show with his classics such as Do You Even Lift prank in January 2013,
Do you even live, bro? Are you looking that skinny-licious, man? The girl's bigger than you. Better start lifting.
and Put Your Number in My Phone in February 2013.
Put your phone number in my phone, please.
I mean, we still
However, it
won.
would be in
I think it's gonna
October
buy you.
2013 when Vitaly
Moral support.
posted a
Oh,
video
even
that would
better.
take YouTube pranks into the mainstream. The
we
extraordinarily
can do
infamous Gold Digger prank.
That.
Now you want to. Too bad.
That. Your later
I don't like
thing.
gold
You go
diggers.
there. Now we're sitting good again. Challenger, Bruiser, Chemtech's almost up. Challengers have a good boost to them at the moment.
Revealing one main thing to both the viewers and other creators. There was a
I
massive
feel like I
desire
broke
for
the code. I
creativity
found a
and
consistently
anyone
gettable
with
good
talent
team.
as well as a little bit of confidence could go ahead and get themselves involved. For this reason, pranksters began to pop up left, right, and center, taking the genre into the mainstream. Joey Salads, Genesee TV, Moen ET aka OcTV, all of which popping up
Freaking
shortly after
bops.
the realization that pranks might be the golden ticket to
Bop,
the
bop,
genre.
bop.
What's going on, guys? This is Mo.
Merc
This is
or
ET. This is
Chemtech.
OcTV. Today we're in the
Is
hood.
there a
We're gonna go
mercenary
see what
Chemtech?
happens if we
Wouldn't that
can
just be
take them.
nice?
But what did
That would
more
make
pranksters
my
on the
team like
platform
perfect.
need? That's a question
Mark
worth
twin
asking,
shot.
and if anything almost needs to
That's
end
we take
the
this.
scene. It meant that it was harder to
No
stand
one
out.
else there.
In
I
the beginning, as
want.
previously mentioned, even the most
That
basic of
means
pranks could get views. But as the competition increased, the
you
quality
come out right
creativity grew
now.
significantly. The ridiculousness of the pranks needed to be in order to stand
that.
out.
But back then, it was kind of a bubble that was forming where everybody
should I do
needed to one
them?
up each other and just make a bigger and better
He's
and
a stronger
crazier.
unit, technically.
Is, you know, zombie attack in the street or ripping someone's, you know,
Mark
guts out, a gun getting
Bruiser.
pulled out, getting the cops, getting arrested.
Now, there's no problem with this. It seems to be the natural progression of almost every genre since YouTube began. A video
Let's go.
gets a lot of views in the beginning with extremely basic videos. People
I'm
catch
gonna
on
go
and
grab
"Oh, well,
my
that extremely basic video got a lot of views. Then if I had a little bit of creativity and effort into it, maybe I'll get more views. And the ultimate result is a handful of creators competing for the most entertaining videos in a certain category. However, pranks are a slightly different beast in this comparison, because unlike almost any other genre, you can cut corners a little bit. How? A little thing by the name of fake pranks.
You get the next one, Val.
Because everything was escalating in the prank genre, everybody needed to one up the other person. We all know how that went out. Everyone had to start.
Because they all follow one very simple slogan.
Has its
Fake it till you make
disadvantages.
In the beginning of YouTube prank,
I
it
have
was
to
just
fight
taking this
for
fact to
my
make every prankster's
items.
audience that the
If
pranks
you're just
were
gonna give me
always
some arrow, it's
fake.
gonna be freaking
2013,
super kind.
2014, like no one had that filter. It was like
Come
whatever
on.
you watched, you just assumed
Come
it was
on.
real. And now it's just the complete opposite. It's like whatever
Yeah,
you watch,
you're
you assume
smart.
it's fake.
Most prank videos had an authentic feel to them, with many creators even going to the effort
At least
of
3
uploading the
stars.
outtakes,
It
which
seems
gave
more gold.
everyone's audience almost certainty that what they were witnessing was
Oh,
completely
fuck yeah.
authentic.
Could you put your phone number in my phone?
I'm married, sorry.
You're married. Oh.
But as previously mentioned, as the competition increased, the authenticity began to fall out of the prank genre. It began to seem
20
like
gold
things
will
didn't really add up in
save.
the prank videos that were being posted. Things started to seem too good to be true. Vitaly going and hooking up with hot girls on the beach.
Do you think I'm attractive?
Oh, one moment, please.
I'm alright, wow.
Foozy Tube's escaped prisoner prank. In retrospect, there's nothing real about what was occurring in these videos. But we have to remember, this was still early 2014. Nobody had that filter we have now where we think about whether a video is real or fake.
There's that understanding now where when you see a prank video anywhere for anything, you just assume it's fake.
Almost everyone was still oblivious and didn't question the authenticity, but as things got more and more ridiculous, other creators began to start
Yeah, I won.
questioning the legitimacy of these prank videos, and it wouldn't be long before everyone caught
We've
on
been
to how
getting
simple
meats
faking
like
these pranks
egg,
was. The
toaster
ultimate
strudels,
result,
but this one
every
is
fake
a
prankster began to
fruit
get
toaster
exposed.
strudel.
I was talking about the fake pranks. When people started doing fake to one up each other, people got exposed more and more. Everybody got exposed.
Which began the culture around exposing and clowning on fake pranks.
There's a whole genre of content exposing the pranks.
And if there was one person to make
Okay.
everyone question the motive of each and every YouTube prankster, it was Ethan and Ela from H3H3 Productions.
And I was like angry. I was like, this video is so stupid.
Ethan and Ela seemed to be able to see something that no one else could, or perhaps everyone could see it and simply didn't have the platform to call it out. Regardless, as these pranks went from subtly fake to obviously fake, they were on the front foot when it came to calling them out. H3H3 Productions would upload their first prank parody in December 2014, around 1 year after pranking would hit the mainstream, which was around the same point that fake pranks were getting so ridiculous that making ironic prank videos was completely feasible.
What's your problem, dude? It's just a prank, man.
I am the ultimate prankster.
In this first
It's a
video,
prank,
we reviewed
bro.
one of the most
No,
infamous
at this
fake
point it's not. You're
pranksters,
getting
Prank
choked out because
Invasion,
you did
who
some
was on
stupid
the
shit.
forefront of pushing the boundaries with what you could make possible through fake pranks.
Now, Chris from Prank Invasion is definitely one of my favorite goofsters and gaffsters, and one of the ultimate pranksters of all time.
As previously mentioned, H3H3 reviews started to popularize the culture as well as make it enjoyable to clown on the pranking genre.
Then you had H3H3, you know, making parodies of it, and that's what made it have the perception that it was, you know, part of the YouTube culture.
H3 then began to review other pranksters such as OcTV.
My parents have a big penthouse in Manhattan, but sometimes we come to the slums to make fun of the poor black people.
And Kobe Person.
I've been talking to these girls for the last 3 or 4 days.
This guy's just been chatting up little girls for like 3 or 4 days straight.
Ultimately increasing the popularity of the prank genre significantly.
He definitely made it more popular because he made it fun and entertaining to rip on it. and to pay attention to it.
And while in the beginning H3H3 was a massive aid in popularizing the genre, as time progressed, the power he had would ultimately become the negative of the art.
Okay.
Do you think you hit a point where you were just making videos with the idea that people would be reviewing them? Let's just make the craziest thing that we can possibly make in order.
None of this helps her right now, which sucks.
To get as much exposure as possible. Was that the motive by the end of it?
Yeah, no, that was it.
As time progressed, many of the fake pranksters started to catch on to the fact that they could get mass exposure through H3H3, and the stupidity of the pranks began to get out of control.
When you get covered on H3H3, you'll get an extra 1 million views, you make an extra 2,000, 3,000 bucks.
Yeah.
CPMs are really low on pranks. You get covered on this person, you get more views, you get more subs.
Many creators like Joey Salad stated that it became less about making actual entertaining
A
pranks
bow
for
would get
fans
me a
and more about
challenger
just making your
emblem,
pranks crazy enough
but
for H3H3 to review them, because every time H3H3 would feature each prankster, they'd get millions of views. And obviously, the crazier the prank, the more likely.
I don't think that's what I want. I think I'm gonna hope to goodness gracious for another freaking spat.
Speeding up the previously discussed process where creators were trying to make the craziest content possible. And unfortunately, this craziness could only go to such a height where it would eventually hit a ceiling.
Do you think that there was a point where pranking was just like it had hit a ceiling, like it couldn't get any more crazy?
One gold, 32, 32 to level. So
there was one video that eventually burst the bubble when it came to prank review channels.
And the bubble really burst with when I faked probably one of the worst videos yet.
Was that the one where you bashed up the car?
The Trump car one.
Yeah, I got a car, put some Trump apparel on it, and we're gonna park it in a black neighborhood and see what happens.
He walks away from the car, and it's almost, I swear to God, it's like a comedy scene.
That Trump car video, that was my big, realization moment, and that's also what kind of killed pranking genre like that.
H3H3 began to catch on. He realized that the only reason these pranksters were making these insane videos was so that he could review them for exposure.
Waiting for H3H3 reaction video on this. Prank Invasion says, me too. You can't purposely make a video for H3H3 Productions to react to. It needs to be natural cringe. And that's true. When you become self-aware and baiting, that invalidates the cringe and automatically makes it something not interesting to watch.
The ultimate result, the integrity of prank reviews began to diminish, and the prank reviews began to fall out of the spotlight. However, the slowdown in fake prank reviews was really only the beginning of the end. There was another YouTube dark phenomena looming on the horizon.
When the demonetization started to happen, it was like, 50,000 views, and nothing really changed with the content, but then it'll be like, okay, this one got 50,000 views, this one got 3 million, this one got 20,000 views, this one got 2 million.
Level 7 on 3-3. Let's fucking
I saw
go.
the algorithm picking and choosing which one was suitable and which one was not.
YouTube's infamous adpocalypse. The event that would be the end of YouTube for many controversial creators, and pranksters weren't exempt from this in the least. In August 2016,
It was like the cleaning up of YouTube.
towards family-friendly content while removing ad revenue on videos deemed to be too controversial for advertisers.
You gotta remember to play a little uke.
Remove their ads entirely from YouTube, and during this period, every YouTuber saw a decrease in revenue.
This significantly reduced the income for many prank channels, which had never been a problem in years prior.
Social media used to be the wild, wild west. And this was also at the time where everything was getting monetized. You could get beat to a bloody pulp, and you'll still have monetization on it.
Wrecked.
Following the adpocalypse, creators such as Dennis TV would quit making pranks for a 2-year period, ultimately leading to the death of his channel. While creators like Mo and Ethan, aka OcTV, have only uploaded 4 pranks since the event over 4 years ago. And it makes sense.
What's great is like I just know, I don't know, I've run this so many times in a row now that I guess I know what to look for to transition to.
You just make something fun for fun.
And what about the pranksters who continued despite the demonetization? Well, YouTube began to suppress their videos as a
Right
result
now,
of their ability to bring in revenue.
another
YouTube says
spat
that monetization
ideally,
doesn't
but
change how
no.
much a video is promoted, but
Other
almost
than
every
that, I
creator
don't need
reports
another
what's happening
vest,
on their
a
views
bow,
following a video being
blade.
demonetized, which is also what I found personally.
Demonetization suppressed it. It's being constantly suppressed.
Less content creators making pranks
take the
ultimately
bow then.
less relevancy for the genre as a
Now,
whole.
what
This
do we
then led
do
to
with it?
even
Do I
fewer
use a
reviews from
speed up
people
on
such as
her, or do I do
H3,
that?
creating a downward spiral
What are the odds of me getting
that
another
almost
bow?
further performance. like the idea of
Okay, this is when you get into a
Any case the
tricky
landscape for pranksters wasn't
spot.
already on a
I think I
downward
do
slope.
that.
Facebook was about to join YouTube by changing their
Sell you,
algorithm,
buy you, buy you.
coffin.
When Facebook changed their algorithm, I think it was around 2017.
And I'm gonna
2016,
wait because I have what?
They did an algorithm change
two,
that
three, four
less
more item
favored
slots open.
articles.
I'm sure many of you remember Facebook in 2015.
Thinking that
2016. It was almost impossible to go
I would
through
like a
5
blade
to
for
10
that,
posts without bumping
and then that
into
could
SoFlo
use for
Antonio's
that.
prank video.
Today, we're looking at SoFlo Antonio. This guy calls himself an entrepreneur, but really, he's more like the Facebook version of that weird foreign kid who creeped out all the girls in your club.
I remember specifically watching like a lot of SoFlo on Facebook in around 2015, 2016.
Yep.
And then by 2017, it was gone, man.
By 2017, Facebook
Okay.
implemented numerous algorithm changes such as posts with clickbait headlines will rank lower in the newsfeed.
35, we got the
Posts
10
that link to
gold there,
websites
that's
will
nice.
appear
Gives
to
me a
be
10
lower,
for with interest.
which quite heavily affected pranksters like Joey Salads.
Companies would take prank videos.
Anyone
'cause
out
they're
there?
very
Enjoying
clickbait,
stream?
and they'll put it
Just,
on
you know,
their website,
destroying,
on
dominating in
Facebook,
TFT,
and go
climbing
viral,
straight to plat.
100,000+
Done
likes,
messing around,
and
so.
they'll make a ton of money from the website links, clicks,
Yeah.
and I'll get a ton of views because it's
No big
embedded.
deal.
They did this with a lot of pranksters. Once Facebook kind of took that away,
You know who never gets
that
played?
kind of went
Her.
downhill.
She never
A
gets
lot of the
played.
external viewership
She'll be
and
at
the
20
external
gold this
clicks
round.
completely got eradicated.
You're at 1
because of
star
the
still.
Facebook
You're not
change.
on the
And this whole
field.
point
But
about
you're at 1
Facebook
star
and
still.
algorithm no longer favoring certain
You're
pieces of
there.
content also
You're
kind
not
of
on
plays
the
into the
field.
next and final point. The fact that pranksters
And
just
you're
don't
2
really
stars, so
care
you
to
can go
become
right there. 2 more of them gets me a
The Trump
3 star.
administration, BuzzFeed,
Do I
any
want that though? Do I want to
outrage,
keep a
people
2
these days
star?
have so much more to be angry about in
That way I
comparison
can
to
switch the
YouTube
item
exposing a prank. However, in a backwards
when the
kind of
time
way, a lot of these
comes.
changes benefited the creators making genuine content. And I'd be doing a disservice to the minority of pranksters who are still thriving on the platform if I talk exclusively about the negative. You've
Boop.
got people like Big Doors TV still gaining hundreds of thousands of views
Boop,
per
boop, a
video
doop.
with real pranks. That was epic, gaining north of 1 million views almost every video.
52
Cassidy
gold to
Campbell, who's
8, so I can get to 8
relatively loyal
pretty
audience,
soon.
superstar style.
Hopefully
And I like to
4-2.
think that these individuals prove a point. Pranking never
Especially
really
with the
died.
extra
It
gold.
just evolved from who could execute the most dangerous thing to who could execute
got
the
this.
kindest, smartest, feel-good thing for other people. However, in the process, the overdone fake pranking subgenre lost a lot of steam, owed massively to the fall of fake prank reviews, which caused the culture surrounding pranks to dissipate, giving it the perception of
Come on.
a genre. This, in conjunction with the adpocalypse, changes in the
34
Facebook
gold right
algorithm,
now.
as well as the incomparable interest in pranks, has caused many pranksters to either quit or slow down their upload schedule to a point at which they're unable to maintain relevance. And in 2019, even the infamous prank invasion left YouTube and disappeared off the internet, perhaps
Beautiful.
displaying the fall of the genre
Okay.
up until today. We'll finish with Joey Salad's personal explanation as to why he thinks pranks are out of the spotlight. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you.
Here's what we're gonna do.
In summary, what caused the big fall of the pranking genre on YouTube as a genre is the bubble popped of fakeness, and there was just it got too big and it just popped. It wasn't an interest anymore for I guess the community to talk about, like H3H3 and review channels wasn't of interest anymore because that bubble popped. Algorithm changes, the demonetization, and also external algorithm
That was a bad play.
changes.
Bad call.
That is all what played.
She gives me the range too. Swoop. 55, 48 to level, so we're leveling this turn.
It's fun. Let's go. Let's mark spawn. Let's get it.
This looks like a knockoff of Battlegrounds. Alex, it's so much fun though.
Where they at? Where they at? Where they at?
The downfall of Fork Knife? I've never heard of it. Let's see what this is about. Enforcer Challenger. Elo, we might do that. And then I can do that.
Alright, solo squad. Not bad.
That gets us Enforcer.
31. New record.
And then
Could probably go to a pro level.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are getting ready to start game number 1.
Here at the Fortnite Pro-Am, him and Marshmallow come out on top.
let's see. 24. Who would be next? Jinx is next.
This man about to get hip fired.
Yep. Sitting pretty.
That's for sure.
Eventually, this is not even a game anymore. I guess there's no
Then I'll
decision
need
making.
level
Literally
Well, I'm going for level 9, and that's gonna be another twin shot for 4 twin shot again.
Such a bad spot right now. You have to be trolling, dude. I don't understand.
I think I lost with 4 twin shot last time. I don't know, we'll see. 3, 3, 2, 2.
Why would they do that? No way.
Mutant Challenger is gonna be better than 4 shooter for me at least. Oh my god, people are so triggered. Morelia Lialicon. Is it good on her? 2980.
Close to 10 vehicles in the air at the moment.
So much.
No.
Man. So much, dude.
Season
Oh, perfect.
10
Okay.
was the worst season of Fortnite yet.
It's never been
3 bruises,
as
4
bad as it's been right
challenger.
now. The pro players are upset. The content creators are upset. What's going on, man? I feel like there's no communication.
Alright.
When Fortnite Battle Royale was
All
released
right.
on the 26th of September 2017, the potential outcome for what had been created was completely unspecified. Alright, here we go. I want Timmy dead! A new free game in the Battle Royale genre? I mean, come on, there was already PUBG in this new
Free spat? Oh my god. Let me get the spat. Nobody wants that. Fuck you.
possibly be. Well, some of these aspects that were considered negatives in the beginning would go on to make the
Bye.
game one of the most
Bye,
successful games
Cossacks.
ever released.
I'll miss you.
No, I'm not even. No. 20, baby. Let's go.
However,
Okay.
things started to go wrong
They can give me a challenger emblem so I can take him out. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see.
awful updates and mass complaints from the community began
Swap.
to roll in. Playground mode
What?
completely
You.
flattened the skill gap.
Swap
SMGs
you.
began to overtake the beloved shotgun that had
You
made the
are a
game so fun in
challenger,
the
but
first
if I
place.
do... I don't know.
Infinity blades, planes, mechs, and a bunch of brainless updates has caused the game to slowly lose
You
popularity
there.
since its peak in July 2018. But
Sell
was it
you.
just the bad updates?
Buy you.
Or was it
Roll.
the fact that people just
Roll.
lost interest in the game
Roll.
over time? This
Oh, come on.
Buckle up, boys, as we cover the rise and fall of Fortnite Battle Royale. I want you to cast your mind back to mid-2017.
Beautiful.
Where were you? For some
This
of you,
is
it might
just
feel like a long time
beautiful.
ago in a place far from where you are now. And for some others listening, it might feel like just yesterday. Well, for a team of developers at the relatively unknown Epic Games, mid-2017 is what we might call
Beautiful.
the calm before the storm.
Okay.
Because on the 25th of July 2017,
Now we're
project that had been in
saving.
development for over 6
Gain a
years was
mutant
ready to be
emblem.
released to the general public.
Free?
This special project was the now popular Fortnite.
What even is the mutant trait this game? 18 armor? Magic
Epic Games
resist.
explained in 2011
Yeah.
that they wanted to create a game that combined the construction game genre with the first-person shooter gaming genre to create something that might be a mix of maybe Minecraft and Call of Duty. Epic
You
Games
go
had
in this
recently
one
completed
now.
the extremely popular game Gears of War.
Not on this
to let
team.
themselves down from the hype, they participated in what was called a game jam, an event where game developers would try and create the best possible game within a limited period of time, say for example 1 to 3 days. It was in this game jam after the release of Gears of War that the idea of Fortnite was born.
And then the discussions around what happened at Game Jam is actually kind of what led to Fortnite. Fortnite wasn't a direct result, it wasn't one of the games in the Game Jam, but that process was kind of the fuel that caused that thing to be created.
The game was then announced in December 2011.
Now we're cleaned up quite a bit. I don't like when the bench is dirty.
Then 2.5 years after the announcement in early 2014,
Let's fucking go.
there that the game was nearing completion. Game Informer uploaded the video inside the
Alright.
Fortnite on the 25th of April.
We just hit everything this round
In this
though.
video, the developers explained what they had been working on and
Challengers fuck people up. Mutants getting an extra challenger.
People wanted to build. We were just coming off of Gears.
Let's
And we wanted to do something totally
Come on.
fresh.
There was also other videos being uploaded to YouTube.
Now, okay,
explaining
now
the
for
game's
real we
insight
save.
into how the
We're
game
level
was
9. We're only at 4-6, 4-7.
However, despite looking like Fortnite was ready to be released in 2014, the game wouldn't be ready for another 3 years. But after polishing the gameplay consistently over those 3 years, the game was ready to be released, which was announced at E3 in June 2017.
we're going to start.
Shouldn't have rolled there.
Now, I don't know much about a lot of these, so I think the best way to do it is just jump in.
Fortnite Save the World was then released on the 25th of July 2017, which was 1 month after the initial announcement. Fortnite Save the World was set up as a single-player versus environment game, a combination that Epic believed to be a resemblance of Minecraft and Left 4 Dead. The Save the World part of Fortnite was at 1 million players only 1 month after release in August 2017.
We're gonna wait, because that's gonna be better on
There needed to be more of a PvP
Twin Shot Chick.
Sure, versing
Once I
monsters all the
get
time
her.
was kind of fun, but the game lacked a gripping competitive aspect. One game that did have an excellent third-person
just wait.
aspect, however, was the game PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, released 1 year previously in July 2016. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds had utilized a recently new style of gameplay called
Battle Royale.
a style that was relatively unused by many other games at the time.
You died, didn't give it go and just keep going again, right? And again and again.
Bop,
and just,
bop, bop, and bop, 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 and bop. Oh, Darius. You don't do much when Tom Kench eats ya.
The gameplay style was extraordinarily competitive and fun, but wasn't used by many games besides PUBG, H1Z1, and some other smaller titles at the time. Epic Games noticed this
Bum,
discovery
bum,
gap in
bum,
the
bum,
market.
bum,
This is where things just
bum,
seemed to
bum,
kind of
bum.
align.
68 to
They had
level.
a game where you could shoot like
Should be able to
Call of
level
Duty
by the
or
end of,
Minecraft, as well as an
I'll say
opportunity to
5,
integrate the game into
5, 5, 7.
genre. However,
He's
Epic
level
Games
9
didn't
already.
only draw
It's kind of
inspiration from the
screwy.
success of
Let's
PUBG.
see.
They also drew inspiration from the success of another huge game at the time, League of Legends. League of Legends had taken a slightly different route to monetize their game, which Fortnite eventually adopted. Rather than just charging a fee
do that.
upfront to play the game
Let's do
forever,
that.
they actually gave the game out for free, with monetization coming from cosmetic in-game purchases. This also kept the player base strong, as there was no barrier to downloading the game if you were a new player, which obviously Epic Games liked. Epic Games
Fucking
went through
wrecked.
all of these aspects: the free game, the building, the shooting, the battle royale, to create the now popular Fortnite Battle Royale, which was released to the public for free on the
Fucking
26th of
wrecked.
September 2000.
I've seen you do crazy things, but you're not gonna beat a Kaisa.
The fact that the game was free to play removed any
Kaisa.
potential
It's
players to
fucking
at least try
like
it out.
no.
Only 2 weeks
Sorry.
after release, the game had hit
That ain't
10
happening.
million players, 10 times what Save the World was able to achieve in its first month. The fact that
Alright.
everyone was on a similar
Any
skill
day
level at the start
now.
meant everyone had an equal chance of winning, and the possibility that the next game could be your first victory royale.
This is awesome!
This competitive aspect caused players to play over and over and over to try and get at least one win. And by the time you did win, it was over. You were hooked. The addictive
True.
nature of the game was incomparable.
This game was addictive as shit. I used to play it every day.
Many huge streamers then began catching on to how fun the game was, with people such as
It's
Ninja,
super, no, it's super fun. I can't deny it.
Summit, and CDM the Third, switching
Jesus.
their primary streaming focus to Fortnite.
Good try. Good try.
Then these streamers began to experiment with crazy ideas on stream, such as Rocket Ride, which were clipped and shared extensively on social media, bolstering the growth of Fortnite even
Boop,
further.
boop, boop, boop. Does anyone want to challenge me? Let me get that. Come on. Or that. There we go. Or that. Or that.
Players got
I don't think you guys want me to get one of those though. Oh, if I. Oh, okay. It's fine. Don't take it. Don't take it. He's taking it. Okay.
It was likely around this point that Epic Games realized that perhaps rather than
Swoop.
using the Battle Royale
Okay.
to get people to buy Save the World, they should just double down on Battle Royale and make it the primary development.
Infinity Edge. 64 to level. You're out.
Epic Games Season 1.
I guess you can have that. Why not?
Season 1 wasn't much different to the previous
Mutant
month.
Arcana
However,
Sister
Epic Games
Enforcer.
introduced what was called the Item and Season Shop, where players could purchase cosmetic items and pickaxes for real money.
Sick.
The first example of Epic Games monetizing the Battle Royale.
Just do
as a
that.
game. These skins would
There.
later become rare, which is insignificant now, but will be important in later parts of the downfall. By the end of Season 1 in December 2017, only 3 months after the initial release of the game, Fortnite had reached 30 million registered users and had overtaken PUBG as the most streamed battle royale on Twitch.
Yep.
And it only had League of Legends standing in the way of the
Her
top
with
spot.
Morelli
However, by season
Elicon.
2 in January 2018, only 1 month
Or
later,
yeah, I
Fortnite
can't say that. I don't try.
become
It is too strong.
And by this this
2-star
point,
for
Pro
sure.
Am really started to take advantage of the build mechanic as a proper strategy for staying alive, and realized that this mechanic distinguished it from any other battle royale. The building mechanic took the game from a mediocre third-person shooter in Season 1 to a game with a genius way of protecting yourself.
And when you're in the fight and you're able to do something on the mouse or keyboard that could alter that fight, that could change that fight based on your ability or skill or knowledge, that's what you want.
It's
right?
true.
You want this mouse and keyboard to be your Lamborghini right here, man. A stick-shift Lamborghini.
On top of this, the game just had pace
It's
like
true.
no other.
Number one, optimize. And that is why its popularity is just like...
I should try it.
Yeah, you love it.
It was just non-stop action and players literally could not get enough. After overtaking League of Legends on Twitch in January 2018,
Fucking bops, man. Bops. I don't think anyone's... This might be able... This might be... I don't want to say it. I won't jinx it. I won't jinx it. I go saying stupid things and jinxing things. And...
Twitch, Ninja playing with Drake, 636,000 concurrent viewers.
I got 5K donation if you get this dub right now.
Yeah? Playing Fortnite had officially become mainstream, just in case it wasn't already before.
That literal one match with Drake made it okay for everyone to play good.
So much
Facts.
so that Fortnite hosted its first major public event only 3 months later in June 2018, the Fortnite Celebrity Pro Am.
Come on now. Come on. Come on. You know what you're doing to me, game. There we go.
After the event had displayed the capabilities of what could be possible in the esports world, it didn't seem like anything could possibly go wrong. They had the gaming world in their hands. What
That
could
one,
possibly
just
bring
in
such a
case.
behemoth of a game undone?
She is truly holding the team fucking together, and now we got that. Let's
27th
go.
of June 2018, only 2 weeks after the Celebrity Pro Am event, Epic Games
Oh, I should have
released
sold
a new
him
game
instead of
mode
her.
to Fortnite
Fuck.
Mobile.
Could have actually tried to get her to 3-star.
Playground mode offered a sandbox style of gameplay, giving every
It just
player the opportunity to
doesn't
progress their
matter.
building with unlimited material and no limitations from other players. Now, while the community loved this newly implemented game mode, it began to do strange things to the skill level of the player base. Everyone started to get extremely skilled in a very short period of time. It seemed as though after Playground was released, the skill level that was achieved in 6 months previously could be achieved in only 2 weeks by simply practicing in Playground. After Playground was released, all of the newbies just kind of disappeared and everyone's skill level increased dramatically. It was difficult for new players to get a grip on the game because the beginner skill level was diminished following the release of Playground. It's likely that Epic released the game mode attempting to give those new players a leg up with a practicing platform, but it just seemed to get abused by high-level players who just wanted to get even better. Now, it's hard to actually quantify whether or not
Nom,
players
nom, nom,
played
nom,
the game following the update, especially considering it was an ongoing game mode. But I think we can all agree, if you can reach almost peak skill level in 2 weeks instead of 6 months, and everyone on the game is now extremely skilled putting up a barrier for new players, it's going to affect the health of the game in a negative way over the long term.
I think that's it. Do I just win?
So
No.
what
I'm
was
gonna
it
fight one more
that
dude.
followed this? Epic Games began to notice the increased skill level of the general player. By the time Season 5 rolled around,
Oh wait, I'm gonna beat him right now too.
everyone was extremely skilled
I
at
fought
building
both of them.
on the side.
Game. Let's
The
go.
skill level of the players in Season 4 compared to Season 5 was almost incomparable. Epic saw
Damn.
this as an issue because how is a
Undefeated.
player going to win a game versus 100 other
Not.
experienced players who
Let's
have
fucking go. Something about that hits different.
He betrayed me, bro.
All of it got caught on camera too. You kidding me? You kidding me? We just don't take any damage. We're just ranking. Ranking. Oh my god.
first place, the shotgun meta.
Wow. Fucking double.
The most effective close quarter weapon at the time was the range of shotguns, with submachine guns in the background as a secondary. Epic Games
Oh
actually
my
planned to increase the strength
I can't
of
believe I
the
just got undefeated.
that newbies could just shoot through builds instead of learning how to build themselves. With the macro goal of competing with the shotgun meta at the time. However, they made 2 main mistakes with the implementation.
Crazy.
Firstly, they made the submachine guns way too strong.
Like, this thing is